Ozfish, Dave here, let's get some. I'm out on a mission to catch some flathead today, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to, early in the day, the first 3 or 4 hours, I'm going to fish right up in the shallows and see if I can catch a few flathead in the shallows. So my weapon of choice is going to be just a Daiwa Double Clutch. So that's a Daiwa Double Clutch 115, and that's a Daiwa Double Clutch 95. Now I've only ever had one session with the Double Clutch, never caught flathead before on the Daiwa Double Clutch till the last trip I took. And I found out a few things about the Daiwa Double Clutch last trip. Is the first thing I found out is that I don't like having 3 trebles on the Double Clutch. So the first thing I've done is taken the middle treble off. I just don't like them 3 trebles. They're a hassle in the net, they're a hassle in the fish. They catch them all over different parts of their face and around the gills and that sort of thing like that. So I've gone down to 2 hooks, and then I don't like the hooks that they come straight out of the box with. They're just too soft. They're not just up to flathead standards. So yeah, I caught 6 flathead last time, nothing big, like 60s, 55s, 52s, half a dozen flathead, and they just destroyed the hooks. So the first thing I've done today is, like, I've just upgraded straight away to Owner ST41s, size 8s. So yeah, they're a lot stronger hook, so hopefully they should go really well in the 95. Tide's on the way in, about an hour and a half before the top of the tide, which is kind of cool in these shallows. But what I really love is that the tide turns and begins to run out over the shallows. Like, that's really good for flathead, I suspect. I haven't done, you know, like, I'm not experienced in relation to fishing the rural, you know, like shallows for flathead, but I know when I'm flathead fishing, you'll catch flathead on the run in, you'll catch them on the run out, but my preferred tide for flathead fishing is is the run out tide. So anyway, let's get on it and see if we can catch a few flathead. There's a fish. Oh, that's a good fish. Well, that didn't take too long. I actually got that fish on the Double Clutch 95. So he's run a fair bit of line off me straight out on the flat. So I'm just going to take my time with him. I'll just turn the electric off and drift out. No, actually, I think I'll turn the electric on and get out a little bit away from these mangroves, because I do not want him to get into these mangroves. Go on, baby. Oh yeah, that's a big dog, I can see him. Foot under the water. 75 easy. So I think the idea is just, yeah, like when you hit a really big fish, just relax with him. Tell you what, lucky I upgraded those hooks. Yeah, they have some weight in them, those big flathead. it is, man, really keep that head down. And just take your time, you know, don't blow it. When you're chasing really big flathead, I guess it's a little bit like when you're chasing jewfish on really big lures, you know, like, yeah, you can put in hundreds of casts in a session and not get a fish, and go back again and not get a fish. So I'm just really lucky that about the 15th cast I've sort of hit this fish. So I could have gone all day, you know, put in hundreds of casts and not seen a fish. So just going to try to keep that net down low. It really goes psycho on the net, these flathead. You gotta really get them in the, just clearing the deck on that side, you know, like. Oh, got him. Yeah, not a bad fish. Nice fish. Yeah, nice fish, 82 on the brag mat. Yeah, baby. 82 centimetre flathead, out of the shallows in about 2.5 foot of water. So yeah. That's like an awesome fish. So yeah, I'm really stoked with that fish. Just got really, really lucky with that fish, you know. About the 15th cast, you know, like, and booyah. Anyway, that's my PB up in the shallows there on a lure, like in this part of the river, 82. My PB flatheads are 96, so might be able to get one a little bit bigger today, who knows? Let's get it back. Off you go, dog. All right, yeah, stoked with that fish. It's a nice fish. Let's see how the leader held up first. It's only a lighter leader I'm using, maybe 20 pound. So the leader's really good. Oh, and just the slightest bend out on that owner ST41, but yeah, held up pretty good. I actually just hit that flathead. I just lipped him, like, yeah, unbelievable. So didn't get it down. But yeah, I was throwing a 115, but I think what I'll do is, you're always learning when you're out fishing, so I think the 115 will fish really good in about, you know, 3 foot of water, up about 3 feet, maybe 4 feet up to about 7 feet, and then throw the 95 in when you're in, you know, 8 inches of water, up to about 3 feet seems to be the go. So yeah, just switch between those two lures and you got some good depths covered. But yeah, great lure, awesome lure. Oh, ho, ho. Hit the fish and dropped him. Actually come out of the water, went, oh, spat me lure. Smaller flathead. See you, mate. Small flathead. Awesome. I just was using a new technique, but I was fishing sort of like weedless. Anyway, second cast, got one. Little fella in the shallows, 3 foot of water. Oh, gotta squeeze them little fellas really hard, man. They are lightning fast and they will get you. Oof. Man, they come at you really hard. Yeah, they just charge the boat in the shallows, you know. Just swim beside the boat. Super green. Yeah, the Berkeley hollow belly. Epic flathead lure strikes again. Yeah, probably fish about 55. So yeah, nice. See you, mate. Well, I've been fishing for hours, and I'm just going to take a little bit of a break, tucked in out of the wind here. You know, take a rest for half an hour, just rehydrate, check some of my knots, retie some leaders, just have a better think about what I'm going to do this afternoon. So yeah, it's only my second trip up in the shallows, trying to chase bigger flathead. So I had some success this morning, got an 82 on a double clutch 95. That was awesome. About 15th cast, got really lucky there, and then I just worked my way through the shallows there, and probably caught about half a dozen flathead, 6 or 7 flathead, a couple in the 50s, you know, high 50s. So a few fish there. It's all about, you know, like exploring for me today, like seeing how far I can push it in the shallows, how far I can get, and yeah, just working on what techniques I'm going to sort of like use in the shallows. So yeah, definitely the double clutch 95 is a fantastic lure when you're in really shallow. When you're in 1 foot of water up to about 3 foot of water, the double clutch 95 seems to work really good. Upgrading to the owner ST41 size 8s, that's a fantastic idea on the double clutch, and going from 3 trebles down to 2 worked really good. What I found was that, yeah, like the double clutch 115 is just really difficult to work with, like in the shallows when you're in 1 to 3 to 4 feet. I think this lure would sort of come into its own when you're in probably in about 7 to 8 feet. So if you're in any areas like that, I'll have to do some more exploring, but in the 7 to 8 foot range, I think the double clutch, the bigger one, would be really good, but it's really difficult to use. Even though I was manipulating the rod and holding it really high, it's really difficult to use like in the shallows. So I think I'll just keep that one rigged up and try to find that 7 to 8 feet mark when I can use it. But what did work really well was like the 5-inch hollow belly, and I've just got it rigged on a like a Daiwa jig head, like a 1/6. So that seemed to work really good in the shallows. Like a 1/6 allows you to get distance on your cast, and but yeah, I fish pretty aggressively with a plastic for flathead, so that lure worked really good in the shallows. Another thing I learned today, I lost my 95 double clutch. The thing I learned today is that, like, I'm exploring vast areas that I haven't thrown lures into before. So what I learned the painful way is, yeah, don't throw your double clutches, your expensive lures, into areas like that you're not sure of. So what I found was this lure here is a fantastic tool for just, you know, searching huge areas, and if you can fish the plastic through it and not get hooked up, and it was pretty good, then you could probably come back in some areas that you learn and definitely throw the double clutch in. But yeah, definitely my advice would be, don't go exploring with your double clutch, definitely go exploring with your plastic into areas you haven't fished before. The old flathead, he absolutely does love like a small sort of like hard body lure, and yeah, really good on flathead. You know, you'll pick up brim on it, you know, like awesome brim lure. So yeah, not a bad tool either. Be careful where you throw it. All these lures are expensive. I'll probably fish up till dark. Hit me right at the boat. Wow, sorry guys, howling nor'easter, which is typical for this time of the year. And really shallow water, about 2 foot. Try to keep this flathead's head down and drift out a bit. Wow man, that flathead hit me about 4 or 5 foot from the boat, a little tiny hard body lure. It's going to drift away from the oysters. bit. Yeah, they're so kind of crazy in the shallows, like you're hitting them in 2 foot of water, and you think they'd be really scared of the boat and they'd want to go away from you, but they kind of do the reverse. They kind of I'm not sure whether they're seeing the boat as some sort of structure that they're trying to get back to, because they come right to the side of the boat as if it's a, I don't know, an overhang along or something they can hide under. Yeah, Flathead do love little tiny hard bodies, you know, that you use for bream. They really do love them. Little snack like a crab or that, I guess. Gradually just creeping the drag up, so I've got a little bit of control over him when I get him close to the boat. Not too bad a fish. Yeah, just got him on a little tiny Berkeley lure, little hard body, like a copy of a chubby, jackal chubby. Love that colour, man, you know, black with a bit of an orange belly. Awesome. Yeah, just a solid, you know, like Flathead, 56. Been casting for a long time and haven't caught a fish, you know, like I've been right up in the shallows and managed to just get out in about 1.9 foot of water, so I just made it out. I wouldn't have wanted to have waited any longer, but I might even have a flick, see if I can catch a bream, you know, get out of the wind a little bit, but anyway, see ya. I was just having a bit of a trial in the wind when I was going to have lunch. Berkeley, hard body, about a 45. Yeah, just trolling along in the wind, run out tide, shallow water. Like, very effective. Used to be right into that years ago. Man, we were into trolling. Small flathead. Small flathead, liking that Trans Am. Right. Small Jew on the Trans Am. Oh yeah, baby. Pink edge chartreuse. Nice colour. Beautiful little fish. Well, that's a wrap for me today. It's been a really long session and yeah, put a lot of casts in, covered a lot of ground, had some dramas with a lot of wind later in the session, you know, howl and nor'easter, but yeah, the two standout lures for me today were the Double Clutch 95 and 5-inch Berkeley hollow belly rigged on a 1/6. So I caught about, you know, like a dozen flathead of various sizes. Pulled the hooks on, you know, 3 or 4 others. About, you know, like in that 40 to 50 centimetre range. When you hit them in the shallows, they just cartwheel. Sometimes I'll throw the hook. The standout fish was that 82 centimetre flathead I got really early in the session, at about 2.5 foot of water on the double clutch. So that's my biggest fish, PB, in the shallows. I've had 2 trips into the shallows, just trying to work out how to catch flathead in the shallows. So yeah, it was a fun session. Like, found a lot of awesome ground today, beautiful ground. There's lots of potential places to fish when you fish in the shallows. But and I think I got yeah, 1 small jewfish at the end there. But anyway, this is Dave signing off. Always remember, let's get some.